Hi, Professor. So I was able to interview my dad, Robert Pierce, who is an academic counselor. Um, he works for four different programs in Merced County, and then being four different age groups. All of them vary from preschool to 18 plus. So any age from like 18 to 15 to 50. So he's able to work with these four different programs as an academic counselor, and with that job title, he does things like scheduling and things like that, but also meeting with the students one on one and also with the parents when he sees fit. So usually he said that he meets with the parents, usually when he sees that the student has been missing school a lot and the behavior has changed or they're struggling in class. Usually then he'll see that it is necessary to meet with the parents. So the students that he works with usually are the ones that may need additional support. So it is not considered a regular high school. Some of these students, some or most of these students have been kicked out of regular high school, been suspended, expelled. They missed a lot or they weren't doing well in regular high school, so they would come to these four programs. But also, if the parents feel like they would not do a great job in regular high school, then they would come to these programs as well. Some of the top priorities as an academic counselor for him is just to make sure the students are behaving, that they're showing up to school, that they're doing their work, that they're not being disruptive in class, but also making sure they have that social and emotional support. And one thing that he mentioned was if they don't get it at home, that support, that when they come to school, that they make sure that he makes sure that he gives that to them when he randomly meets with his students or different students throughout the year, that is when he's able to build that relationship. So, not meeting with them just once a year, but meeting with them repeatedly throughout the year so they know his name, his face, and what he's there for, and that he's there to help and that he cares. So, meeting with those students one on one is just so important to him if they need the extra help or if they just need somebody to talk to. Also, meeting with parents one on one and getting to know them, sending out those emails, notes, phone calls. You're able to also build that relationship with the parents. So, when it comes time when you're working with their child and you feel like you can offer some advice or an opinion or give an opinion, that they won't take it the wrong way and that you build enough of that relationship to where they can take that advice and help. And also, we talked about different signs of neglect and abuse. And this goes along with just building that relationship with the students and parents. And when you build that relationship and have that conversation with the parents, you can see where they're at and where they feel about education. And having that conversation with the students and building that relationship, you can see when they're having an off day or maybe an off week and you can think or you can see and notice that oh maybe they're just having a bad day or if you know that child then you'll know if it's something deeper than that. And being a mandated reporter, what he said he would do is let his principal know what he's seen or he heard and then go from there to him having to be the main person. If he's seen it or if he heard something, he has to be the main person that reaches out to CPS or whatever the protocol is as a mandated reporter in Merced County. A lot of good things can come out with meeting with parents one on one throughout the school years, or even having those quarterly meetings or whatever the case is. There's a lot of good things, but also something that could be a struggle for him was the language barrier. Maybe not being able to build such a great bond that he wanted to because of that language barrier. Luckily, they're able to have interpreters on campus, or even Spanish speakers, Asian speakers, whatever the need is at the time. So the language barrier is also something that could be super tough, and also the child not having that support at home or education being something that the parent didn't do or didn't find important. So the teacher and the staff members doing all they can on campus to support that student, be there for that student, and them going home and not having that same support is something that could be a struggle for the staff at the school. So just also when you're seeing those language barriers as well, making sure when you're giving out homework, just having clear instructions. Also for the parents that didn't uh, finish school or go to school, having those clear instructions so everybody is able to read it and understand where the child might need help with. And lastly, we finished talking about just the greatest accomplishments for him being in education. Was one of the main thing was just seeing the students walk across the stage and also continuing to go to college to a 4 year, maybe even get a job. but just staying out of trouble is one of the main things. And just watching them being successful and building that relationship so they're comfortable to talk to him outside of school as well when they see him. It's important to get our parents and our families involved in school and their child's education just so they can be a part of it and so they can understand what is going on and what they're learning while their child is in school. The child seeing their parents and family members involved in their education will show them that it's something that's important to them as well. When us as teachers or staff members in school, when we focus on family relationships, then it just creates a more positive outcome. It can create a level of learning for the students as well as for the parents that they might have not got when they were in school.